Hey y'all, happy Friday. It is the 19th of June. Um, it's just a touching moment. I felt it was touching. You know, currently we are, as a nation, and in many spots of the world, but particularly in our nation, we are mired in a period of divisive leadership and incredibly harmful rhetoric and mean-spirited decision making. And it really, I frequently post um, dark times, and people read the dark times, and some people object and they'll deflect and deny and, and all that and defend. And the dark times are always just, they're factual news stories. There's no opinions in those. They're factual news stories. And some people don't like it. But on the other end of that teeter-totter, this week, the Obama Presidential Library opened in Chicago. And there's an A-list slate of celebrities that performed at the big celebration and all that. But for me, what was more telling and more striking is that President and Mrs. Biden were there. President and Mrs. Clinton were there. And President and Mrs. Bush were all there to share in the joy because they understand the sacrifice and the fortitude and what it really means to sit in the seat of power and to lead and to ultimately to honor the legacy of our Constitution and our nation, and to try to unify and to not indulge in what I'm sure can be a temptation to be self-serving, but to serve others and to put the nation and the world first, to help those that, maybe you don't encounter in your regular day-to-day living, but they need help. They live here. They believe in the dream. They hope. They work. They live. They play. And all that. To do what benefits those people. To unify. To set a fine example for our children. This is what it means to sacrifice. This is what it means to lead. And no president has ever gotten it perfectly. But many have tried. And it's not about Democrats just loving on Democrats or Republicans just loving on Republicans. Now, this is not a surprise. Most people who pay any attention know I'm a Democrat. And one of my favorite presidents is George Bush. That's a whole long story for another day. But I was really touched that the Bushes and the Clintons and the Bidens all came together to celebrate with President and Mrs. Obama in the opening of the Presidential Library. I think it was a great testament and a great example as to how good we can be when we stand together and we are like-minded and we are respectful even in our political disagreements. And that is something that is sorely missing now. But if you want to feel better about the world, if you want to feel good about the United States, if you want to grasp onto that glimmer of hope on what we can be, you should read about that. You should look at some of the photographs that were published of those four couples standing together, hand in hand. We've all lived it. We all know it. We all celebrate and we rejoice with you. That's a huge part of the American dream. It's a huge part of the American dream. How good we can be together. All right, have that conversation with you kiddos. Hope you have a wonderful day. You are loved. Talk with you later. Bye.